So, what does it really take for one of these home service businesses to get ranked at the top of Google's map listings? I'm going to share with you guys my theories as to what really takes place and what really is needed to get your business listed in that coveted three pack of Google's maps. What's up there, guys? Izzy here once again with Do It Yourself SEO, where I help home service business owners and contractors understand search engine optimization to help their websites rank better on Google to generate them more leads for their business. And on this video, I'm going to share with you guys some theories that I have behind the Google map listing and what it really takes to rank one of those listings into that three pack of Google. There is so much information out there. There's just so much. It drains my brain even looking at all the stuff that's out there. So what I try to do on this channel is just talk to a contractor, home service business owner who's just basically sitting across from me and talk to them in normal terms because I'm not very, how do you say, super tech savvy as some people think I am. I just one of the things that I do is I guess I'm able to explain things in simpler ways to make them understand how this whole algorithm and the SEO and all this stuff works. Like I said, there's so much technical jargon out there that really fries my brain. So I'm going to share with you guys my theory as to what really makes a Google Map listing rank on the Google Map listings. So the number one thing for me to having a listing show up in that three pack is the actual geographic location of that business. Where did I get that business listing verified? So let me give you guys an example. Let's say that I am a house painter in Fresno, California, and I want to get found for house painting in Fresno, California. Now, if I lived in the city over in Clovis and that's where I set up my business profile and my listing, the chances of that listing showing up in Fresno greatly diminish. The reason is because the way that Google works is that Google listing profile is set up so it shows up for people in that geographic location so people looking online are looking for local businesses. So the closer wherever I set up my business profile, the closer I am to the center of Fresno, California, that's where the pin drop is and that's where the beginning radius starts for my Google listing profile. So the closer I am to that, the better off I'm going to be. And that's where a lot of problems come in because there's a lot of contractors and business owners that do business in a bigger city, but their listing is what, 3, 4, 5, 6 miles over. And that's where they set up their business profile. So the chances of that listing showing up, it's going to be more difficult. It totally depends on the industry as well. Something like a carpet cleaning, junk removal, things like that, where it's very, very competitive online, the chances of your listing showing up in that map listings, like I said, go greatly down because there's so many other businesses in the bigger center of town that Google's going to preference to the people looking in that area. So that's the number one ranking factor. You got to make sure that your business, when you do set it up, if you possibly can, set it up in that area where you want to rank. Another huge ranking factor, I believe, is the website that is created for that business that is connected to that Google business profile. I theorize and I strongly believe that the Google business profile listing takes a ton of the information off of the website that is connected to that listing. Where else would it know what to get ranked for and show up for? So let's go back to that example of a house painter in Fresno, California. In order to help that Google business profile rank, you've got to make sure that the website that you create for your business is optimized and SEO optimized to get found for that specific search term: house painter, residential painter, house painting services in Fresno, California, that sort of thing. Build a really good homepage, the about page, the contact page, some service pages, structure it perfectly, connect it to that Google listing profile. Now Google knows that you're going to get found for all these other search terms, not just house painting, residential house painter, commercial house painter, home painter, these other little search terms. And it's going to help push your Google listing towards the top of that three pack for those types of things. So, the website connected to that Google listing plays a monster role in helping that business profile rank. The third thing that I theorize that Google looks for is your business listings citations. So basically, what I believe that Google does is it starts to go out there and look for references of your business in other websites, directories, and things like that. So one of the things that you should do is go out there and get some of these citations done. What Google wants to see, again, I theorize, everything I talk about is always theory. Nobody knows the playbook, but this is what I theorize, that Google's looking for your business name, your business address, and your business phone number in as many places as possible online to verify to its algorithm that you are a legit business, that you are known, that you're making the effort to kind of get your name out there. So one of the things you need to do is create those business listing citations. One example is a listing on Yelp, a listing in Home Advisor, on Angie's, things like that. If Google starts to see your business name and address and phone number in all kinds of different places that matches the one that's on your Google business profile, it begins to see that, you know what, this is a legitimate business. They're out there all over the place, so I'm going to favor them because they're well known. They're everywhere. Just like when you start a business in real life, when you first start off, let's say you're just a lawn care guy in a small town, they just see your one truck going by through town. But later on, they see your logo and your truck. Now you have two or three trucks rolling around town, and they see it consistently. Your town and the population in your area. And after a while, people know your business out there. They've seen your logos, they've seen your trucks, they've seen your crew. They become familiar. People trust that business. So the same thing happens, I believe, with these business listing citations to help this map listing rank. Another huge factor is those Google reviews. I think that is such a huge factor in ranking a Google business profile because what I believe, and I think it's true, that Google knows that when somebody gives you a review for your business, let's say they're in about 2 or 3 miles away from your actual business location, when that person creates that review for you, I believe that Google knows the IP address, the physical latitude and longitude location of where that review came from. So if you have a bunch of reviews in a geographic location, surrounding all your area, let's say you have 50 reviews and they're all from that same geographical area, again, Google's going to trust your business even more. At the end of the day, it's all about trust. This whole damn algorithm for Google, it's just all it's trying to do is mimic human behavior. It's just trying to figure out the best ways possible to trust that business. The more it trusts the business, the more it's going to place it towards the top and give a good recommendation to the population in that town to give that end user the best search results possible for when they're making that type of search. So this is why I believe the reviews are so important. This is why I always frown upon getting fake reviews and things like that. Because if I'm a house painter and I'm getting a review from somebody in Oklahoma and I'm in Fresno, that's going to send some red flags out. Getting a review here, review there that have nothing to do with the actual location, that's going to send a red flag. Just one of the things I believe that helps a business profile rank on Google. Another huge ranking factor, I believe, is your actual activity on that Google business profile. Again, it goes without saying, just make sure you fill it out as best as possible. You fill it out 100%, put in pictures of your business, your crew, your location, update it from time to time, do things like that. Make sure you fill out all of it completely so that Google knows all the services you provide, be it junk removal, painting, asphalt, concrete, whatever your service is. Make sure you go in there and write all the categories that you do for that particular service so that Google understands what you basically want to get found for and your customers will want to look for when they're looking for your types of businesses. Also, the Google business profile posts, if you're active on that, I don't believe you should be like spamming the hell out of it. If you're just something normal, like an average ordinary business owner would do, something like maybe post once or twice a week about something related to their industry. If you're a house painter, how to maybe write a post about some furniture that enhances the look of paint, things like that. If you're a junk removal business owner, write about how to organize your garage, little posts like that, like mini blog posts for your Google business profile. I believe those play huge ranking factors in ranking a Google business profile. So as you can see, there is a bunch of different factors. I talk about it's almost like fitness. A really fit person is, number one is lifting weights. Number two is implementing some type of cardio. They're stretching. They're eating proteins. They're eating good amounts, a decent amount of carbohydrates. They're getting good sleep. They're doing all these things, all that combined to a fit person. It's not just one thing. Like somebody can just do a bunch of weight training and they eat like shit and don't do any cardio. It's just not going to be good for you, right? You have to do everything across the board. Based on all that, I have one more thing that I want to share with you guys that I don't really see too many people talking about. And I'm going to share with you some examples of this that I believe helps rank these map listings and give it a more local relevance. It's something I've looked into about a year and a half ago, and I see people doing it. It's kind of behind the scenes. I don't really share too much of it. So this I'm going to show you guys the last thing that I think helps in ranking a Google business profile. Now, this last thing is what I like to call local relevance. So, like I mentioned earlier, I strongly believe that Google reads all of the information that's from the website connected to this Google business profile. So, one of the things, strategies that I've done in the past, I've learned over the years is to start creating local relevant articles about the area where that business is doing business. I kind of try to explain it to like a realtor. When you go out to start talking to a realtor, they don't just talk about real estate and the house. What a lot of realtors do, the good ones, is they start talking about the area, good places to eat. They talk about the schools, maybe some hiking trails nearby the house, points of interest in their town, things like that to further sell the home. So I believe with these Google listing profiles, one of the things that you can do to help them boost and rank on Google's map listings is to start to create articles about points of interest in that particular town and create quite a few of them so that Google starts to get the idea that you are locally relevant in that town. Not only that, you're talking about points of interest in that town. I'm going to show you guys some examples of exactly what I mean. Usually, when I do this, what I do is I like to create one huge page. The first one is a page about living in a particular town, right? Maybe a top 10 list of moving into a particular town, top 10 list of why living in a certain town is awesome, and you just talk about the local area. So I'm going to show you guys this business, the trash service in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. You see his business profile set up right here at the top. But if you go on this website, right, we're following all those rules, right? You go on this website, there's a link here at the bottom that says Discover Lancaster, Pennsylvania. When you click on that, what I did is create a huge article on why living in Lancaster, Pennsylvania is awesome. All right. It's about 1,000 words. I included a bunch of information, added pictures, all this stuff, basically telling somebody who may be thinking about moving to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, why it's awesome to live there. So it's a useful article, right? And then what I did towards the end of it, I started talking about certain points of interest, right? So you just go online and look for points of interest in a particular town, right? And there's one place, for example, is Dutch Wonderland out there. There it is. And we write a little article, 400 or 500 word article about Dutch Wonderland, right? And even link out to the actual theme park, things like that, right? We talk about it, right? Put a little picture in here. And then what we do is we create driving directions from the business to that actual theme park or whatever the location you're talking about. So what that does is it creates you're basically hitting Google over the head and letting them know that we do business in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, right? You'll see that right here. And then what we do is we create a link to the next point of interest. Lancaster Science Factory, right? Unlock the fun, science exploring Lancaster Science Factory. There it is, right? Again, some driving directions from that place, from the business to this actual location. And this works out great. Like I said, if you're a house painter, so you're basically showing that you'll go all these places around the local area, and we're embedding the map listing of the business owner and these other places throughout this website. So Google's algorithms picking up all this information about all this local relevancy, right? And we go to another one, link to another location, right? Clipper Magazine Stadium, right? That's another point of interest we found out there. Wrote a little article about it, put a map in that right there. So what we do, like I said, is we create a hub page, the main page, and then at the bottom of the page, we start creating points of interest. I've done it with this other one that's ranking in Long Beach, California. You'll see one of the top ones on here is Gorilla Junk. We did the exact same thing. His was more elaborate because it's even more competitive, right? At the bottom, kind of hidden over here, living in Long Beach, right? I even put in some videos talking about Long Beach, that kind of thing. And then look at all these articles we wrote. Points of interest. nearby cities. We even wrote articles about the neighborhood. That's taken it a little far, but that's something I've learned over the years. It's something if you really want to do it, I don't really do it too much anymore. I just mostly just focus on points of interest, and that helps it rank. Here's another one, and this other one is for junk removal in Cincinnati. You type that in. The very first one you see is all in one here, and you'll see that we did the same thing. Watch you go down to the bottom. It's kind of like I said, it's kind of hidden towards the bottom. Cincinnati. Why living in Cincinnati is awesome. Same concept, right? Another big article, and then we wrote a bunch of points of interest. Cincinnati Botanical Garden, right? With some driving directions. Let's say Great American Ballpark out there, right? Things like that. So that's one of the strategies that I don't really see anybody really talking about it. I don't really see the harm in doing something for your website like this. I don't see it helping your actual website rank in the organic part of it, underneath the map listings. But for the map listings, what you're doing there, I believe, is that you're basically letting Google know, like I said, you're hitting it over the head. Listen, we do business in this town. So, like I said, if I was a house painter in Fresno, California, if the competition is very, very difficult to rank in that map listings, one of the things I could do is to start, write a huge article why I believe living in Fresno is awesome, or anybody looking to move to Fresno, why they should consider it, something like big article like that, and then start writing an article with points of interest of places in Fresno. Write little articles, write driving directions, so you're hammering down to Google's algorithm, letting them know that you're locally relevant in that town. So that's one of my strategies for helping people rank in the map listings. Like I said, all those factors, all of it combined is what you need. You can't just do one and expect, results. It's everything combined. And this is why this SEO stuff is, it's getting so competitive. And this is what's part of I call the hard costs of SEO. And that's why, SEO costs quite a bit of money. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys want to learn some of the stuff on your own, I have a course here at the bottom of the description here in my description in the video. Want help with some of this marketing, SEO, getting your business found online. Again, all that stuff is in the description below. And if you want to learn why SEO actually costs quite a bit of money, just make sure to click on this video here and I explain to you some of the hard costs of SEO. And that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time.